Some of the best football players on the planet are now en route to North America. The World Cup begins in a week or two. Germany's team have heading to Chicago, where they have a friendly scheduled against the United States. Many more Germans are sure to arrive in the weeks ahead. The Oxford Economic expects the World Cup to bring about 1.2 million international visitors to the United States. There are those who say President Trump's immigration and travel policies have dampened enthusiasm. International travel to the US fell last year by up to 5%. Nick Adams is officially the US presidential envoy for tourism, exceptionalism and values, except the US doesn't have a tourism minister per se. It used to have somebody in the Commerce Department. So de facto, he is the tourism minister. He joins me now from Paris. Sir, the World Cup will be good. No question about it. The football will be spectacular. I guess the question is whether the number of bookings and the visitors are going to meet expectations, because at the moment it does look like they will be down.
Good evening, Richard. Thank you for having me. I can tell you that all the latest data that is coming across my desk indicates that we are going to have an incredibly well-attended World Cup. The 11th hour, last-minute bookings, you know what it's like. They are coming in thick and fast. But on top of that, I can tell you that we are experiencing an uptick, a rebound in just about every single metric. Flights are up 3%, 1 million more seats between June and October coming to the US, a projected visitor spend increase of 5%. We are on fire right now.
The overall position on tourism, you can't avoid the fact that the numbers are down up to 5% in an industry where all major competitor countries would be higher. And the reason anecdotal and research suggests that the perception is that there isn't a welcome here in the United States and people are worried about coming here. These are basically well-known facts at the moment that you have to now redress the balance on.
Well, the perceptions are well known, Richard. The facts are not. And that's kind of what I'm here in Europe trying to explain to people. Unfortunately, misperceptions are that the United States is unsafe, it's unwelcoming, it's inhospitable, it's too expensive, that people are going to come, they're going to have their social media poured over, they're going to be detained, put on a flight home. All of that is absolute nonsense. 99.9% of people that are going to be traveling to the United States, tourists of America, are going to experience a seamless time from the moment they land to the moment they take off again.
The difficulty is the perception is now there, and it's borne out, by the way, from some very well publicized incidents that took place. And I will accept what you say. 99% of people will have a magnificent time, and all the research shows that that's what people have. But this idea, certainly of LGBT visitors here, is that there isn't a welcome and people are worried about what happens. And as a result, we do see weakness in westbound travel. We see it on discounting of tickets compared to eastbound travel. How can you redress that? How can you get people to appreciate that that is perception and maybe not reality as you see it?
Richard, by coming on with people like you, by spreading the message as aggressively as we possibly can. America is open. America is welcoming. America wants you to come. We are the most hospitable people. We're the most exciting destination on the planet. And I would push back on this idea that we are doing extraordinarily well. You're right. The numbers were down last year. And in fact, they have been down for the last 3 or 4 years. It started under the previous administration. But I'm here. We're about to have the biggest summer we've ever had. It's going to be great.
Nick, the mere fact that you and I are talking about this in these terms about a country that never had this perception before shows that there is a problem. And for instance, go ahead.
There's one other reason, and that is that the United States is about to embark on an unprecedented, unparalleled era of mega sporting events and mega events in general. We have, obviously, beginning now this summer, we have 250, we have the FIFA World Cup, we have the Olympics, the Paralympics, we have the Winter Olympics in 2032, the Men's Rugby World Cup, the Women's Rugby World Cup, potentially the FIFA Women's World Cup, the World Expo in Miami. We've got a bid out for that. So the next decade is going to be all about tourism and travel. We're going to keep America as the #1 tourism sector in the world.
So are you in favor of restoring the funding, for example, to Brand America, to all the various different organizations, which in the past funding had been cut?
Richard, that's a little above my pay grade. I can tell you that I work with Brand USA every day. They're a very valuable partner. They've got some fabulous campaigns out. They're echoing all the stuff that I've been telling you today. And my work wouldn't be possible without them. We are all working in concert to make sure that we can bring as many international visitors as possible, dispel the myths, and showcase the best and greatest of America.
Nick, I'm about to start a massive road trip for Route 66. We are, never mind what Sean Duffy did.
We're going with you?
I'm just about to say, we'll send you the itinerary. If we can meet up somewhere on the way, we can talk more about it actually in America. We're doing it for Quest's World of Wonder. We're going from Chicago to Los Angeles on Route 66. We'll be in touch. If you're somewhere nearby, you'll come and join me in our motorhome.
I would be delighted, Richard. It'd be the honour of a lifetime.
Good to see you, Nick. Thank you very much. The tourism minister. Well, that's what that's essentially what the job that he has.